Right now, I have to stop saying.
Probably a good idea. Did you know? I just found this out from the Utah Mammoth Twitter account about a half an hour ago that today is National Bagel Day. Who knew? Apparently they did. I like bagels. Do you like bagels? Stars are hoping that their goaltender, Jake Oettinger, pitches the shutout tonight. So let's see if he does in Utah against the Mammoth right here on DLLS. Pregame show starts right now. Good evening, everybody. This is the DLLS Stars Pregame Show. We're back in studio. Ding. I didn't even say Joe Pavelski. A little late on that one. That's Ryan Vaughters, Craig Ludwig, Sam Nestler. I'm Owen Newkirk. We are thrilled to have you here after a couple of very late nights. It's going to be a late night, and we got to drive home, so it'll probably be about the same. Yeah. But here we are. And before we get into everything, have you gotten a DLLS Finnish Mafia hoodie yet? Because if you haven't, you should. They are available right now on our website, alldlls.com. Check them out. I believe our buddy Andrew has one.
Really?
Got it already?
Is that a surprise?
I should have sent it to Ryan because he texted me earlier today a photo and said they look great in person.
Wow.
Look pretty good.
Well, I know that he got the shirt to start with.
Yes.
Right? And
yes.
He was having a tizzy about it. Well, you guys weren't there. He was having a tizzy in the locker room one day because he thought it was off center.
Did he?
Yeah.
And he's a bit of a t-shirt.
Four guys around there were kind of like, you might be right. But it made sense because there was something that, I don't know, was a stick or something. That's Andrew.
I love it. But check those out, alldls.com. Get them before they're gone because they are a hot commodity. As you can see, our diehard buddy Andrew already has one, although he didn't send me a picture of him wearing it. Otherwise, maybe I would have given it to Ryan to show.
I'm sure he'll be sending me a picture now that we'll put up there for him.
Ryan or Andrew, if you send me or Luds a photo of you wearing the hoodie tonight, maybe it'll get on the post-game show.
That'd be nice.
If not, well, then it'll have to stay incognito for now. All right, guys. Before we get into tonight's matchup, the Utah Mammoth and the Dallas Stars, we were checking Twitter and saw that Jim Nill was on the Ticket, which is their flagship radio station. I worked for the Stars and was on the Ticket for 10 years. Great people over there. And their pregame show for Stars tonight, they had Jim Nill on. And so we were listening to it just a couple of minutes ago to see if there was anything interesting that Jim had to say, because sometimes he does drop some pretty good nuggets. Other times he's really good at saying a lot of things and not really saying anything at all, especially if you ask about player contracts or trade deadline stuff, especially right now. He did. Jim Nill said that he expects Miro Heiskanen to play on Sunday at home against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Now, that is, of course, the news of the day. Miro not playing tonight against the Mammoth, but it is good news that this will be what they expect to be the last of 2 games for his personal family absence.
Me personally, I would try to miss that game.
Because of how good the Tampa Bay Lightning are?
No, it's too damn early.
Oh.
Isn't it like a 1 o'clock game?
It is a 1 o'clock game.
1 o'clock game.
You never liked the 1 o'clock game.
We were trying to get home by then.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's
at least you don't have a morning skate to sweat it out, Luds.
Yeah. Well, there's other ways. It's good news. I mean, not good news that he missed because of obviously a family issue, but it would be nice to have him back because he is missed. The pace of the game back there isn't the same.
And he'll be missed tonight. This is a very good
and this is a pacey team.
Rush team. The last couple of games I've watched of them, they just jump all over you if you give them anything. I think Glenn Goldson was talking this morning about if you have to be on top of them. If not, they're going to make you pay. And Miro's a good player to be able to slow down the rush, whether that's already being back and making the right read, making a good poke check, or getting back on the play a lot faster than a lot of these other defensemen can.
And I would hope that the message from Gully and his coaching staff isn't really about Utah. It's got to be about them. It's got to be about Dallas and what coaches believe and what they're built to be. They've got to get their game. It's not about what they do. It's about what we do.
I agree, because one of the things Gully said to Mike Heika today in the pregame availability was how dangerous they are on the rush. And we'll talk about the Utah offense here in a little bit. But the whole time I'm listening to Gully give that answer, I go, what about the Stars? And now, look, I'm not saying Gully's not doing that to the team, but I don't want them to just have to try to figure out how to survive the other team. Now, granted, heavy legs against, a punishing game against the Kings, maybe that contributed. Gully admitted as much. I want them to impose their game on their opponent, regardless of who they're playing.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to talk about fast, they're a fast team too. They're a puck possession team, and that's kind of where the give and take is what I think what you're trying to do is try to implement some things that what Utah seems to do. They've got numbers. They've got 5 guys around it, and they come up the ice as 5 and down the ice and things like that. And Dallas has been very good at that, especially in the beginning of the year. But like I said, I mean, I think some things just they got to get back to ground zero for me, because I think that they kind of they expect goals to go in the net.
Yeah.
They got to get back. Now teams are playing differently. You got to fight through some things.
Can I ask you a question? I was writing about this the other day, and I heard Goldson. I think Goldson and a player both using the word. I can't remember if it was post game or pre-game today. They used the word simplify, right? And I said the same thing, but I'm curious to hear your thought as a player. What does that mean on the ice if you were trying to simplify your overall game?
You're trying to play more direct. Like you're not trying. And when simplify means we make the right play getting out of our zone first off. That's what we do. And then as we move up the ice, we don't have to always look for the second, third, fourth option. And they've had tons of success doing that, but right now it's not coming that way. So instead of passing up a quality shot and not making the next pass over here, that's one thing. But then you make the next pass over here, and I think that's where they're kind of getting away, because how many games have we seen where they're putting up 8 or 9 shots in the first period and the second period, and especially in the second period, if you want to make that extra pass and it gets turned over, you find that you're spending a lot of time in your own zone because you got so damn far to go to get to your bench. You're turning pucks over because you're trying to make little plays deep and through the neutral zone where you need to kind of play more of a territorial game.
Yeah, and that's one thing. That's why I was hoping you'd say that, because I think one thing that I've seen watching this team when we've been frustrated about the shot totals is they're not like, it's not like they're not getting in the offensive zone. They're just passing the opportunity, like you said. I mean, I remember last game, I think it was, or 2 games ago, Nils Lundqvist coming down the right side and wide open for a shot, tries to throw it across.
Yep.
The amount of times they've tried to throw it through the box, and teams are just saying, hey, they're not going to shoot from out here. Let's just block the box.
And it's those guys. Like, you know what I mean? Like sometimes you get caught up in that game and you start to think that, oh yeah, I can make that pass, or instead of making the easy play, the haves and the have-nots, so to speak. So it's kind of Harlem Globetrotter-ish. I don't even know how many people remember the Harlem Globetrotters.
Oh, they still exist.
Yeah. But it gets kind of Harlem Globetrotter-ish for them, and they kind of have to get back to the team that the Globetrotters played against, I guess.
Washington Generals.
Oh, there you go. Them.
Oh, Wizards was the real team.
Wizards was the other the lesser Globetrotters.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't even know that.
My brother's school played against the Wizards in New Jersey.
How about that?
Yeah.
The other thing
basketball shows over there.
That's right. The other thing that Jim Nils said that we thought was particularly interesting was about Leon Bischel. He gave an update saying that they hope that maybe next week he will start skating with the team with the potential to try to get in, he said, quote, a few games before the Olympic break. They have 10 games left before the big to-do over in Italy. Yeah, you just saw it, didn't you? Hold on. I'm sure Ryan's trying to pull that up for us, but yeah. Check this. One of our fans just tweeted this at us. We'll show you once Ryan gets it. We'll show you why Sam just started laughing. So, Luds, I know you have been disappointed with what Leon Bischel's overall second year has been, but to still get him back and maybe get him playing a couple games before the break just to see where he's at so that he can maybe have a better break would be a good thing for him.
Yeah, and I don't even know how much of a break he's going to have.
I don't think he needs one.
He should be getting ready to go.
Yes,
yeah,
I agree.
I just think a lot of that could be that sophomore slump kind of thing. Because it is real. So many players have a good first year, and then they think it's just going to. Well, it happened to some of these guys last year. I mean, they weren't scoring goals in the beginning, and they thought they were just going to go in the net and things like that. And they learned that lesson. So yeah, I thought that some of his game, he was trying to do a little bit more than what he did earlier to kind of make his statement in the league and on this team. So a bit of nice to get him back, because Gully wants to talk about that 1%. He's going to give you a 3 or 4% when it comes into that department.
Okay, so now let's talk about the main story of tonight, which is this is the 11th day and the final game. 6 games in 11 days with travel all over the place. East Coast, West Coast. How much do you think they have left in the tank, guys? More than Anaheim on Tuesday,
yeah.
I hope.
You know what? I think the chatter should be after the game starting. Let's end the trip the right way. So let's end this trip and let's do the right things, and we'll get back on track before we get home. And I think you're going to see, and they know the team that they're up against. I think it's going to be a better tempo of a game, and but yeah, they should. I mean, you're excited about going home when you're on the long trips. You're looking forward to going home. So, but I ultimately just think they want to get back to playing the right way.
Yeah, they better. That's my answer. They better have legs because it's going to be a good game. It's a better team than Anaheim. It's a faster team than Anaheim. They need to play a little bit better.
The Stars let's take a look at their lineup, if you would, Ryan. We'll bring Adam Ernie in. Colin Blackwell's the guest. They never said, Gully said, Adam Ernie will factor in. The guest is Colin Blackwell will be the scratch. I can't imagine they're going to take anyone else out. My question to you guys is, are they going to revert to the way they started the game against the Ducks, which is something like this? Or do you think we'll see Matt Duchene up with Hinson Robertson like we saw in the third period against the Ducks? They had something, but to me, that felt more like we got to get something going, then this is what we're going to stick with.
I don't think Duchene on the right wing is a long-term type of solution.
I don't either.
Better than left wing, I think. At least he's on his side.
Well, he's on the side he likes to be on. But I think that, how many times have we talked about this? And they always go right back to this. Yeah. So I think Gully likes this.
Yes.
And I think he trusts this. I think he trusts this from the standpoint of it's not helter-skelter. It's more, it's a sound group of what he likes. And then when a game doesn't go well, that's when he starts tossing things around. And I'm totally fine with that and finding the right guys, So, especially against this team here, I think when are we talking about Sam Steele again? Is that what we're really looking at? Is that what we're really doing?
No, but I also think that it's interesting because just the other day, Gully said we think Duchene looks better in the middle. He's been listening to our show clearly, but then late in a game where they had nothing going, he's trying something. Throwing a dart at a wall, probably.
Well, that's to create some offense.
Right.
You're down by a goal or two, and so you got to figure out somehow to get back into the game. And basically what I think you could put him anywhere because you're trying to get some eggs, all the eggs, and, put these eggs over here. Yes. Owen gives us little eggs, and you got to get the big eggs going, right? Eggs.
Depends on how old the chickens are.
I used to have like a 4-egg omelet. I have about an 8-egg omelet of yours.
Well, you were getting the baby ones.
Yeah, I was getting.
Yeah, well, they're growing up now, so they
get some of those guys.
They're bigger when
I was eating 6 of those.
The little teeny ones are like almost like a delicacy.
2 double okras.
Oh, hey, how about that?
Yeah, I know.
Well, when the new batch litter, whatever flock starts laying, then we're gonna have enough to start handing them around more. But we've been a little light lately.
Well, Easter is coming.
It also, in case you're curious, chickens do not lay as much when there's less daylight, so you don't get as many eggs. So longer days in the summer,
Makes
you
sense
get more.
You lay more at night.
No, I should have seen that one coming. Jay Cottinger starts in goal.
Yes.
Obviously, I wore the shirt for a reason tonight, not just because it looks good, but because we knew Jake was playing.
It's a good shirt.
What do you want to see from Jake tonight?
Steady. I think for him, same as simplify. It's the same type of thing for a goalie. It really is. Just see the game. Don't try to get scrambly. Jake's at his best when he's just a positional goalie. I think Dallas has done, maybe not in this little stretch here, but they've done a better job this year of protecting the house and not making him have to go side to side a ton. I think he was really good. What game was it where he played pretty well and held the game together in the second period when they were kind of struggling? One of these games on the road trip.
I'm trying to think about.
Obviously, it wasn't his first game.
Was it the Washington game?
Yeah, maybe it was the Washington game.
Did he play that one? I have to go back and look now.
Remember, but
I don't remember yesterday.
He had a good game where he was kind of kept them in a little bit when the other team got pushing. He just needs to be solid, just be sound, be positional, make a couple saves early, and just.
Was it the LA game? Because he gave up one goal.
Yeah, that's probably.
They didn't. I didn't think they generated a whole heck of a lot.
It was a StreamYard, so it was probably LA.
It was?
Yeah.
Okay, because he did not play the Washington game. That was Casey. Because remember, Casey started after coming in.
Yeah, I think
got
it was
pulled
LA.
against
LA
Carolina.
started pushing a bit, in either in the first.
And
or
wasn't
second.
that a good thing? Is that they didn't give LA a lot, but Jake, after getting pulled for the first time, and then Casey starting 2 consecutive games, he came back in 25 shots, 24 saves, beats LA. That's what you want to see from your number one reset, right?
Yep. The word I would have used or would use is clean.
Yeah.
And I mean in all areas. I mean, how many we've seen times now where puck comes off the back wall and hits the side of the net, that one that squeaked out.
Yep.
We've seen one where he goes behind to stop a puck with his stick up in the glass and he sends that out in front. And then there's the goals that you're like, like
that's
from
the one. Avoid those.
It's the goals that we just let Jake's got to get back to Jake.
Yep.
That's it. And we all know what good Jake is.
All right, guys. Up next, live reads. And then a little later, a funny photo, one of our diehards made of Sam. And some talk about the Utah Mammoth and all that stuff here on the pregame show, right here on DLLS.
Dulles.
Well, you didn't mention in your little opening there when you pulled up the Finnish Mafia hoodie there. That's the number one selling shirt, right?
T-shirt, yes.
I did check
for
today.
us. Yep.
And the hats are kind of all even.
Are they?
Yeah. So, but the Finnish Mafia shirt, that is number one. And if Andrew doesn't have it, he will send us a picture of it. I'm sure he will. That one right there is the one I was talking about. I don't know, Andrew. It seems pretty centered to me. But
it looks good.
That's definitely not Andrew as a model, though. And then the hats apparently they're all even from sales. And
really?
And the caddy hat is the caddy hat. I was surprised at that
So
one.
we've got what we've deemed the Cadillac.
Yeah.
Then we've got the Mavericks colors.
Yep.
Stars.
And there's
then
stars
the
and stars,
white
aren't
flag
they?
one.
Oh, wait. What's
The
the
white is
one?
just regular.
That's just the
the whole
flag.
company.
The DLLS
well,
flag.
no, I
That's
didn't
the
even
flag
know
I
that.
had that I think
Okay.
that you told me I was
Okay, well, they're all
prisoner.
pretty even, so I think we got
The
to get another
terrorist
one.
flag, I think it
Yeah.
was, when you
Or
were
maybe that
kidnapped.
was the skyline. I don't remember.
Well, actually, the
drinking that
Dallas, what's Shiesty?
That's
That's
the
Cowboys.
George Pickens.
Those are
That's
the
the
top.
highest
Those are
selling,
the,
yeah.
those are the
that
Dallas.
one beat it. It was Finnish Mafia, I think, overall.
What does Shitsy mean? Shitsy. What does that mean?
Nice
What does that
correction.
What is that?
I don't even know what to go with
What
on that.
is-
Right.
what
It's a-
is
it's a player.
SHIE.
Former Steeler. Is that his nickname? Ryan?
I think they're all looking at that.
Oh, none of us know. I know George Pickens was on the Steelers, so that's all that.
Well, Ben, I asked Ben that question this morning, so I'm sure he's probably going to pipe in. Right there, it says
that's KG.
Stay Shiesty.
Shiesty. Yep.
I mean, I know what a shyster is.
It's not that.
I'm
Probably
from a
not
family
that.
of
That's
them.
not right.
Yeah, that's not right.
Hey, also join the supporters club.
Sam is a proud member of the supporters
I'm now
club.
a 1 month member for my second gifted membership. You get exclusive badges, you get exclusive emojis, all kinds of cool stuff behind the scenes. It's the next level of fandom, true sicko level stuff for people like Andrew and others that are in the chat. So join now.
All right.
I still think
Thanks
it
for
means
taking up a minute
shiesty.
40, lads. That was beauty.
Shiesty. Is that how you spell shiesty?
It's shiesty.
Yes. It's pronounced
You know
differently
what?
than it's
I'm
spelled.
going to use the Google machine.
Why don't you Google that while we talk about the Mammoth? Luds, you said something interesting before the
Sneaky.
show started.
It means sneaky.
Sneaky. Shiesty.
It means
That's shiesty.
staying, or it means untrustworthy.
That's
I don't think
shiesty.
that's what the shirt is
That's
for.
not shiesty. That's shiesty.
I think
I have shiesty people in my family. They're all crooks.
I think
That's what
it's
shiesty means.
referring to
Yeah,
the
deceitful.
mask head.
Deceitful and opportunistic.
that he
Does he
wears.
wear that?
Opportunistic.
Yeah, he
shiesty,
wears it.
sneaky.
Almost looks like the ski mask.
That's
It's a
for sure what it
balaclava.
is then.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're a criminal. You wear a screen mask.
Because he wears this.
Yeah.
Oh,
When
okay.
he
So,
plays.
and that's what
Look at
the
us
shirt
figuring it
looks
all
like.
out.
There you go,
There you
guys.
I got to
Teamwork.
the bottom of it. I knew we'd get to the
Luds, the Utah Mammoth are not the Arizona Coyotes. They became Utah because of ownership problems and arena problems and land deals in Philadelphia or in Phoenix. But here's the thing: they didn't transfer that. Well, the Utah Mammoth purchase from Ryan Smith and Smith Entertainment, they were able to purchase the players. Hockey operations, they took over that. They did not transfer the team logos, the names, the colors, or the records. Those stay with what's currently dormant, but we all believe at
Good
some
move.
point down the road.
I mean,
smart.
But we
Get
also,
away from it.
but
Dump
also,
that
I
one.
think
Yeah.
that there's a real strong presence of hockey in the desert that they want the Coyotes resurrected at some point.
Yeah,
This
they should have been
group
buried.
that is now the Mammoth have not made a proper playoff since 2011, 2012. Now, they did make the Coyotes the 2020 bubble, won their play-in, and then got beat by Colorado 4-1. So it's been a really long time, and basically the guys that are part of this Mammoth team have not been a playoff team yet. But it's kind of looking like what they've done lately, which is 5-1-1 since the calendar turned to 2026. And it looks like they're starting to turn the page, and they just routed a tired Toronto Maple Leafs team. Now, Toronto's playing the second night of back-to-back, but when you beat them 6-1, that gets some notice.
Well, they're fast. I mean, again, I go back to, what Gully wants with his team. They got to have their structure in place because they're a quick team. They come up together. Clayton Keller and Peterka, Dylan Guenther. I mean, they've got guys that make you look like a fool. So for the most part, you can't leave guys with some of these players that they have. Your best interest. Try not to leave them one-on-one. Try to have, and again, I talk a lot about having numbers there. And so, because with the speed and the quickness that they have, they can dance around one guy and get a quality shot. And so you need a little help there. And again, it's about puck 50-50 battles and winning them little battles that get you out of your zone and don't give them any extended zone time. And, all the little details of the game that they've been trying to put in place here all year long. This is a team that'll test them.
Yeah, they're shiesty.
They
really are, though. They are. They're shifty. I know Cooley's out tonight, but and he's been hurt for a bit, but they're all very quick players. And then the one I love watching the most, Dylan Guenther.
Yeah.
Man, he is turning into one of the most natural goal scorers in the NHL.
Shoot a puck.
He shoots it so fast. His release is so deceptive and quick. Just look out for him. That's one of those guys that for Jake, he's got to be ready when he has the puck, top of the circles, outside, because he will shoot it from everywhere. Yeah,
you have to know exactly where he is because his release and everything else will catch you seep.
The home ice improvements for them is important because last year they were 18, 15, and 8, which doesn't sound bad. It's above 500, but it was 537. That's not good enough for the age-old formula. If you want to make the playoffs, you need to win about 75% of your home games and go 500 on the road. If you do that, that usually makes the playoffs. Well, they were just barely above 500 last year. They had a pretty good road record. This year, their road record's not so great, but they're 12-7-2, .650 in their first 20 home games at Delta Center. That is an improvement.
Home ice. I mean, everybody should be good at home. You know what? I think they like. I mean, you mentioned the owner before. I think they really like the owner. I think they like ownership. I think they like the people that are running the program and all that other kind of stuff. And it's probably a treat considering the guys that were in the last place coming to the rink for them now. I think they're having a good time, and Utah is a great place. So and if you're going to put a show on, you kind of want to put a show on at home where you see people out at the grocery store and the bars.
Yeah. So. Just a random fact. The Winnipeg Jets just scored 2 goals in the final 10 seconds of the first period to go up 3-0.
All right. Suck on that, Wild. Minnesota. You're going to have some fun with this one.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
But do you know who Daniil Boot is? No. Have you heard that name yet?
No.
You should, because let's take a look at the forward group for the Utah Mammoth. He is an up-and-coming young player for them.
I thought it was Butt.
Oh, you mean Butt?
Of course. His name, it's Boot. He's from Russia. He's 20 years old, 6'5", 203 pounds listed. First round, 12th overall pick by the then Arizona Coyotes in 2023.
We should let everybody know that's not him there on the left.
That is not. Keller. That is Clayton Keller, and he is a U.S. Olympian now.
5'6".
He is not 6'5". That's right.
5'6".
But Daniil Boot is starting to heat up a little bit. He has 6 points now in 20 NHL games, 3 goals, 3 assists, and he's playing top 6 minutes there because they are missing Logan Cooley, who it sounds like will not play before the break.
Yep.
But Cooley, Luds, you talked about their young, exciting guys.
Love him.
He's one of those players. This guy, Boot, is there. I mean, they've got him spread around because of the way they're playing lately to be able to have Keller on one line, Peterka, Boot, and Hayden on one, and Guenther on a third. That gives them some balance.
Schmaltz. He's playing for a contract. He's having a good year. So yeah, and they got some weight there, and a little Tanev down there. Not like his brother, but I mean he's going to be flying around, and that line on the bottom there is kind of one of those lines where the gnats, they're flying around, they're bugging you the whole night. So it'll be interesting to see the matchups tonight for me. I'd like to see what they're going to do with their matchups and who they want to get against, whether it's Hintz or Wyatt's line.
I want to say I'm a man of random thoughts today, by the way.
Of course.
I think they
Just
have the
today.
best.
What'd you just
the
say?
best sweater in the NHL.
What'd you say?
Really?
I'm a man of random thoughts. I
I
think.
thought you said
I
you
think-
had a mammogram today.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
What?
I did. Yep. I went to the
Well,
mammogram
I mean,
and a colonoscopy.
Listen, with
To
your
boot
track,
all at once.
Come on,
there we
that's
go.
great. With your track record, it ain't gonna surprise me.
You're
if
right.
You said, man, I had a,
What is a
I had to go
mammogram?
for
Take a look at the
mammogram.
defense,
You
though,
when you
let's.
get your boobs checked out.
Oh,
I think.
okay.
Right?
You didn't know what a
Isn't that-
mammogram was?
No, it was
Oh,
just
wow.
I didn't know. I figured it was something feminine.
I wanted to ask you about Mikhail Sergachev.
No. Well, he's same numbers as Miro. How good do we think Miro is? Right?
Very good.
I mean,
He's a big kid, too.
Big kid, skates well, good with the puck. Haskin in numbers. I'm not saying exactly like Merrill, but he's got a ring, so he's got pedigree.
Why
with
do you
him.
think he's not getting more hype around the league these days? Is it because of where he plays? And the team's not been a playoff
I would
team?
imagine.
Yeah.
That, yeah, and they're not really relevant when it comes to
Not
talking
yet.
about right. They're not relevant about being a contender. Now they're looking to get into a playoff spot. So
They're in that mushy middle that's
Yep.
the Stars
That you
used
don't
to
wanna
be
be.
in, and you don't because every time you win, you're in.
Yep.
And for example, I said they're 5-1-1 since January started. That has moved them from out to now the first wild card spot.
Yeah.
But it's only a couple points from being back in that purgatory again.
Not only that, I mean, when you talk about the mushy middle, you either want to be really good or really bad. Because when it comes to draft time, you end up being in the same spot. You're not
Yep.
getting any top guy. You know what I mean?
You're
You
sort of
kinda
getting
just-
good players, but not
and
the best players.
Yeah, it's why some of the general managers and owners, if they got the stones, they say it's time. Here's where we are. We've been here too long.
I picked them last year to make the playoffs as a wild card team, and they didn't. I picked them again this year because it feels like they're making incremental progress.
Yeah.
And as we talked about the other day, you want that first wild card because you don't really want to face Colorado, assuming they'll be the number one seed in the West.
I don't know who wants to face them.
Yeah.
I don't know
Well,
what organization
yeah.
wants to.
No,
Any coaches, I don't think they want to.
but if
you
you're a
want
team,
them to go against whoever it's going to be and go 7 games.
yes,
And hopefully it's somebody with some weight to their club. And so some guys are banged up and hurt.
I nominate the Utah Mammoth would be great
Yeah,
for
that'd
that,
be
right?
awesome.
Or the LA Kings to grind them to a halt if they do that. All right, let's take a look at the goalie matchup. As we mentioned, Jake Oettinger starting for the Dallas Stars. Karel Vejmelka will get the nod for the Mammoth tonight. And Sam, you can't help but notice 21 wins, most in the NHL.
Yeah, he is. Vanacek hasn't been that great in relief of him. He's been carrying him.
Stars actually beat Vanacek
Yep.
back in late November.
Vanacek was the year I covered the Devils was when he but he joined Martin Brodeur as the only Devils goalie to win 30 games in a season, I think it was.
Well,
But
that's
he's had a
because
tough
Scott
go since
Clemenson
then.
never got enough games.
Yeah, exactly.
Like 10 a
That
year.
was it. Or Wedgie. He's a big goalie, right? This is a very similar goalie style matchup tonight. Big goalies, they don't have to move a ton, so they gotta be sharp with their shots. And I think for big goalies like this, you're not gonna beat them very clean, right? So
Yep.
I'm worried they're gonna think too much. Like they're already passing up shots.
Yep.
Now you play the biggest goalie they've played in a bit. I think there's not a lot to shoot at. So I hope for the Stars tonight they shoot low and away and create chaos around the net. Don't try to beat him, and don't think we need to go tic-tac-toe to beat him every time.
That's why I like 73 back in the lineup.
Why? Adam Ernie back tonight?
Back in the lineup because he's a body that goes
Yep.
to the front of
Yes,
the
he
net.
does.
He comes off the wing, he drives to the front, and and I think again, you get him out there enough to do that, others will follow. Because Sam's right. I mean, there's going to be stuff laying around there. You got to be willing to go in there. And when he does, he hangs around after the first shot. But what he ultimately does is he brings somebody with him, and then he creates a little bit of space for somebody else to be out there. So he would be a guy sometimes. If you're getting him the minutes in there, I could see.
I wouldn't
I'm
hate
just
that
saying,
at all
I
if
would
Ernie
bump him
was
up
playing
every
well.
once in a while.
So
Yeah.
Put
the
him with
other day,
Johnston and Rantanen.
the other day was it Carolina
fine
where
with
he
it.
got absolutely crushed in the boards? Was it the
Yeah.
Carolina
Yeah,
game?
yeah.
And he didn't play the next night. And I reached out to Stars PR before the game, and they said the only thing they could get was coach's decision. That suggests healthy scratch, not
That's the only thing
injured.
they gave you.
Right. But that's what they response was, hey, what we heard is coach's, because it wasn't asking Gully directly. But he didn't play the next couple of games. I just wonder if
He was banged up, I
Yeah.
think.
I
probably a
think
little
there
bit
was
shaken up.
more to it than just, hey, we're going to do a
because he got crumpled in the corner, and
Hammered in
it
that
took
game.
him
Didn't
a
finish
while
the
to
game.
come around a little bit and get up, and he didn't get up. He got up kind of gingery. So
I don't know how much Utah Mammoth hockey you've watched, but I do have a question about why is their power play so bad for a team that has all these young, exciting offensive weapons?
you're right. No idea.
But it's a curiosity. They are 1 for 14 in their last 6 games. That is 7%.
Wait, now didn't Dallas go through some kind of a stretch
They
like
did,
that too?
but Luds, for the season, they're 29th at 15.4.
The first thing that will come to mind when you look at the guys that are on this team, they're trying to be too fancy. That'd be the first thing that come to mind for me. But I don't know.
And then, but their
I'll
penalty
let
kill
you know here in a couple hours.
penalty kill for the season is 81%. That's good, but they're at 75% over the last 9 games. And Dallas desperately needs to get that power play going a little bit because that has been not good. They haven't scored in 4 straight games, 0 for 7 over that span. They did have the one game where they went 0 for 0. Didn't have any. Last 15 games, last 11 games, the Stars power play has been at 14%. Last 15 games, 60. It hasn't been good for a while now. That's a month. So
yeah, I'm just looking at the Hockey Viz graph. They don't get to anywhere near the net.
you're talking about the Mammoth.
For the Mammoth. Yeah, that's your answer probably.
Is that power play or
they shoot from this is
5-on-5?
power play. They shoot from the wings. That's it. So
If they what guys do they have? Well, they do get the one big winger. What the hell is
Sam-
it?
I bet you $50. This
Krause?
is Dylan Gunther.
It's probably
Yeah.
So
And
you've
this
got
is probably-
you've got XG at 25.8 for them. Can you look up before we go off real quick the Stars power play? I'd be really curious to see what that number translates
Wasn't it
to.
around 17 or 18? Wait,
Well, that would
when?
that would have been a while ago. So
their
this
XG
is
you're talking about.
the whole season, right?
Yep.
So this is for these because the Stars power play for the most part
32.9.
Okay, so 25 to 30.
Look at the
It's not
difference.
that much.
Look at the difference.
but they get to the net.
Wyatt Johnston.
Yeah,
Not that much, but it's like 20 minutes of power play time
And
less.
you know what? When you look at nobody can see what the hell we're playing.
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah,
I didn't prepare it.
But I
to
mean,
put it up there.
you know who's in there a lot is 24.
yes,
Hintz
yeah,
is
it's
in there.
usually
Hintz
Rope
is-
Wyatt.
He's
but
done
Hintz
very
is
well at
planted, and he's getting some. He's taking a little bit of shrapnel here and there, but he goes
does.
there.
Go back to the other one when we get off because it's 9.3 XG. Oh, you got it right there. So it's almost 2.5, almost 3 expected goals for per 60. That's a pretty big difference.
Yeah, it is.
Just to sign off to this one,
No idea what they're talking
Stars are going to need help from a guy like this, Ryan. Thank you to
Why are you a
our
referee?
I would
Stars
not,
at Night.
I'm not.
Like to thank Stars at Night
I wouldn't rock
99
CCM either.
for making this.
I do like the visor tilted way up there.
Jag Guys
That's how I rock it.
77. You guys are the best.
How old are you?
Now?
Yeah.
30.
We
No,
will see you post game.
I can
For
do
Craig
the math.
Ludwig,
How old were you?
Sam
33.
Nessler, Ryan Vaughters, I'm Owen Newkirk. Stars of Mammoth about to start on Victory Plus. We'll see you afterwards for the
I
post game
believe
show
that they are gonna
live right
crush
here on
these guys
YouTube.
tonight.
Go refs.
I need new.
We all silly like the mayor.